14 of the fantasy basketball season. And here's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for this week. The first guy, Andrew Wiggins of the Golden State Warriors. So Wiggins this season, the numbers have dropped off a little bit from last season of this season. And now, obviously, with Klay Thompson back over the last few weeks here, obviously the scoring's going to go down a little bit as well on the season here for Wiggins. 18.5 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2.3 threes a game, and 49% from the field. But the last couple weeks, like I mentioned, the numbers have dropped just a little bit. 16 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 2 threes, and 48% from the field. But Andrew Wiggins, in my opinion, over the last few seasons, especially since he got traded to Golden State, his field goal percentage has been very consistent, mid-40s to almost 50. Scoring the basketball well, and his three-point shooting's been better as well, so he fits like a glove, in my opinion, with this Warrior team. And he's a solid, consistent player that doesn't miss many games as well throughout his career. The last few games here, though, for Wiggins, January 14th at the Bulls, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 threes, 72% from the field. January 16th at the Minnesota Timberwolves, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, 2 threes, 36% from the field. And January 18th versus the Pistons, 19 points, 3 boards and assists, 3 steals, a block, 3 threes, and 61% from the field. So Wiggins, in my opinion, not many people are big fans of him. They don't give him that much credit. But over the last couple seasons, like I mentioned, especially in Golden State, he's been a consistent fantasy player. And now with his numbers down a little bit, and not many people, like I mentioned, liking him for fantasy, I would go out there and make an offer, and I don't think I got to break the bank to get Wiggins on my roster, but he's definitely a consistent player and a guy who plays a lot of games throughout the season and rarely sits out as well, which is also a great thing. The next forward is Mikal Bridges of the Phoenix Suns. So Bridges, he qualifies shooting guard and small forward this season for fantasy basketball. On the season here for Bridges, 12 points a game, 3.9 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1.2 steals a game, 1.4 threes a game, and 50% from the field. So right here, the numbers have dropped just a little bit from last season to this season, but still a great field goal percentage, still shooting the basketball pretty well, and it'll give you about 5-6 categories for fantasy owners. But the last few weeks here, the numbers have dropped. 10.2 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.2 threes, and 42% from the field here for Bridges. So the Suns, we know they're one of the best teams in all the NBA here. And the last couple seasons, ever since Chris Paul got there, he's been a floor general, and he makes everyone around him better, especially Bridges last season. But the last few games, he's definitely in a slump. January 14th at the Pacers, 4 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 16% from the field. January 16th at Detroit, 10 points, 3 boards, 4 assists, 2 threes, 40% from the field. And January 17th at the Spurs, 7 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, and 33% from the field. So obviously he's not scoring the basketball great. He's not getting many opportunities, and his field goal percentage has dropped off. So right now, while he's in a slump, I would just put an offer out there, and I think I could get Bridges on a pretty low price. And the third and final forward I look to buy this week and trade for is the rookie Scotty Barnes of the Toronto Raptors. So Scotty Barnes, early in the season, he got off to a great start, but the last couple weeks and even the last month here, he's dropped off on the season. 14.4 points a game, 8 rebounds, 3.4 assists, a steal a game, and 47% from the field. But the last few weeks here for Scotty Barnes, 10.6 points a game, 6.6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 34% from the field here. So obviously those numbers aren't great. The scoring's down. The field goal is way down at 13%. And right now this Raptor team, though, they're playing a little bit of better basketball over the last month here. But Scotty Barnes has to get things going once again. So the last few games he's been in, January 14th at Detroit, 8 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, a steal, 30% from the field. January 17th at Miami, he had a pretty decent ball game, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, 2 threes, but an awful 33% from the field. And January 19th at the Dallas Mavericks, 11 points, 5 rebounds, a steal, a block, a 3, and 44% from the field. So right now, well, all the numbers are down across the board here for Scotty Barnes, who I still think is a decent piece for this Raptor team, even though he might be hitting a rookie wall right now, 48 games into the NBA season. He's still a player here that I think has good upside. And he's also another guy you didn't have to break the bank for to get in a trade, in my opinion. So that's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for here for Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season.